I think also what Secretary Blinken is doing is really a follow-up on the U.S.-Angola bilateral relationship and commitment during the U.S.-Africa Leadership Summit on key areas such as climate, food security, global health, cooperation, economic engagement, and the trade. He also, based on statement from the Department of State, he also talked about, with his counterpart, President Lourenco, issues related to human rights, democracy, and governance. It's also important to note that, all the investment the U.S. is doing and planning to do will create 1,000 jobs, in particular for the youth who make up the majority of the population and the high unemployment that we experience right now in Angola. So in things like the Ackman's Accord for advancing space exploration for all mankind and U.S.-Angola connectivity, it's also important because we allow Angola rebuild or strengthen its infrastructure and technology, which will help in things related to tourism, trade, and science, right, and so on and so forth.
Florindo, how about his concerns, for climate change issues that have affected the continent and other parts of the world? And what was the emphasis really in terms of food security for Angola?
Well, that's important. So we in Angola we import very much everything, and so what the add is that we have a lot of arable land. So the U.S. interest on increased food security and climate resilience through building capacity in Angola. So that's a welcome. We need that because we cannot keep depending on importing goods around the world. And as a result, whenever there's a conflict, like right now on Russia invasion Ukraine, and we found ourselves in really short stock to supply the population in Angola, which is very much a very small population.
Florindo, there is also the U.S. AID, plus the United States are also injecting a lot of dollars, millions of dollars, in fact, to Angola in terms of health sector. What is the focus here when you look at the health sector in Angola?
Well, the main issue really is malaria and HIV that has been a health crisis. So for one thing we have seen in Angola was the aid relief, like a FEPTAR, that really gives a lot of more than 200 million on Angola, providing Angola HIV testing, prevention, care, and treatment service, and it strengthened public health service. So that's important. But we also have seen U.S. help on during COVID through a vaccine global access, COVAX, and which helped tremendously to mitigate the issues related with this pandemic. USAID also provide more than 5 million from local workers program, to university to address healthy issues. So that's been a plus, but as we still have some time, a long way to go, including the eradicated malaria in Angola, because it has been the main cause of a lot of deaths in Angola so far.